I love it. Yeah, no, I wouldn't blame you for not knowing about this. Like, it's just one of those things. So, like, I don't know. It's. Oh wait, I can't make it over there. It's weird. Like, I would consider this game stupidly frustrating your first time playthrough because there's so many things you don't understand that you need to get done, and then like I don't know, it just kind of falls into place sometimes. But like that's one of those instances where it's like, hey, you need to find a hidden wall, and it's like that's required. Really? I do kind of want to go heal though before. But yeah, that shriveled head is how we get into the next dungeon. But before we do that, I think I'm going to go, we'll cut it out. I'll go heal, maybe we'll end the episode. Go heal and then come back here and yeah. By the way, I only feel it's fitting if I show you what she says. If you do try and go back, it just straight up doesn't let you. And on the map even, it says, nah. Competing with the cat as far as use of my controller. She wants to use it with her face. Alright, well, I'm healed up, which is what I cared about. Went to the hot spring. Oddly moldy leftovers. Hungry, feed us, shriveled thing. More, bring more delicious thing inside. Oh, I can move now? Great. Yeah, but this is another one of those examples where I wouldn't necessarily blame you for not knowing what the hell to do. So, yeah, but now we're in our next dungeon, and we're going to have more fun. And, I mean, I was thinking about saving this for the end of the LP, but screw it, I want to talk about it, so. I can't break those, apparently. Alright, well, whatever. So at the end of Legends and stuff, I was talking about, like, motivation, and I do want to mention, like, part of reasons as to why that is. Because so far, this game's doing it for me. I'm enjoying myself, but I think we just dodged some floor tiles. Yeah, you can't go through them. Ceiling tiles, I said floor. But the primary reason I've been having issues, actually, is so far there've been a few games actually that I've started and then issues have come up and then I haven't been able to go through it, and that's kind of what's been getting me. There's been one PS3 game that I found out doesn't actually run in HD, but it runs in 480p. Thanks a lot, Square Enix. There's your hint. And as a result, like, if I record this, right? So right now we're up to about 30 minutes in. If we record that, the Elgato will take literally about 2 hours just to get that 30 minutes done, because it's got to compress it downwards.
Oh, well.
And just some shit like that. So if I recorded a full 2 hours, it's going to take, like, a long time to even save the fucking game, and then I gotta go through hell trying to process it and editing and stuff. So as a result, I'm not sure if I am even gonna be able to get it done. I'd like to be able to get it done. Ugh, that's annoying the hell out of me. So that was one thing, and I redid that like a few times as well. Like it took a couple recordings just to get the intro started, and then, you know, nothing can ever work well. I don't remember if it's right or left. It's the right way, but we're going at left. So that's been an annoyance. I still want to do it because it's one of those games that it's like I like and I want to show off and stuff like that. But I just want Elgato to not be shit and the PlayStation to not be shit. But you know, those are probably the two things that are the worst. Those are probably two of the worst things ever created by human hands. Hardware-wise, I should specify. There's plenty of terrible software out there, but as far as hardware, it's hard to fuck up any worse than they did. You have a product that just doesn't fucking work 90% of the time, like, maybe at that point you should look at it and be like, yeah, maybe we're idiots. Alright, we can't make it across that gap, unfortunately, so I picked the wrong direction. But the good news is, another nice thing about game design. When you kill an enemy, it stays dead. Now, I bring that up just because Kirby, and I understand the reason for Kirby, but that is one of the reasons why I find Kirby difficult, is because you'll kill something, and then you'll, like, for instance, these 3 guys right here, right? Let's say I need to go over here and scratch my butt, and then I walk back from scratching my butt, and they're all back, and they're like, hey, what's going on? So, like, you can walk down a hallway to pick up a fucking maximum tomato, and then as you're walking back, you get bitch slapped by, like, fucking 80 enemies, and you're like, hi, I just killed you. And I hate that. Ow. So that's one of the things I hate about Kirby that no one ever really talks about, because they're always like, oh, Kirby's pathetically easy, kill yourself in real life. You know, that kind of stuff. I know people like this. So this is good game design. I am actually almost dead. I was thinking about using a weapon too, but I was like, it's not a good idea. Alright, well now we can go up. You can't do it in there. That'll do for now. Use up the flesh pops because they're the most disposable things. What else was there? Another thing, actually. There was a game I was working on. I'm gonna say we got about halfway through. And I just kind of got demotivated, and now I'm at the point where I'm looking. Oh, this is right over here. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, you know, I think I kind of want to can it because, and restart it later one day. Because point blank, I feel like if I started it right now, it would just be really weird, and that's kind of a thing I want to avoid. Is basically that. So there's another LP that's like kind of hit the shitter. And then there was a co-op one, which I got at least halfway through, and then the person I was recording with was like, let's restart, and I was like, okay, fine, because I want the best possible thing ever. If I put it on YouTube, I want to not be ashamed of it, ideally. I know it's a joke that makes itself. But there was that, and then we restarted it, and we did like the first chapter, and we haven't touched it since. So there's another one where it's like, started, couldn't do anything about it. So at least about 3 games now have all turned into like things where it's like, yeah, this didn't work, that didn't work, this didn't work either, and that's done numbers on my motivation. Breath of the Wild, of course, has done a lot, because point blank, that was, because now it's all done and uploaded, that was like a 4-month LP that I forced out of myself. Well, firstly, it should have taken about 4 months to upload, but I got it out in 2 because I was trying to be considerate, and that did a number on me, and just recording it also did a number on me, because that, I think I said in the LP that like it took me at least maybe about 4 months-ish to just fucking record that thing, and it took all of my free time. Unfortunately, I can't touch the spikes, which is a shame, because I want that gem. See that up there? It's trying to fall on me. I just like destroying things, if you should have figured out. But all the dungeons in this game, I think, are all really fun. And, I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. Fucking Spookyville, that's not exactly an original concept. It's not, but I don't know. Just something about it just feels nice and enjoyable. And the idea that they call it Cackle Tower is also kind of nice too. That's just a good name for it. It feels different without actually being different in any stretch of the way. So now we're way up top from where we were, where we entered. You see the map? Yeah, but that was the main thing. We talked about all the shit as far as why motivation's been trash, but finishing this through stream and realizing that basically streaming through it was the equivalent of a playtest was a pretty good motivator to me. And so I'm gonna say I just have a good feeling about this as well. So So far, I'm happy, but it's also been like fucking just a little bit. That's another one of those like hidden heart squids where it's like it annoys me because you can get it immediately, but you wouldn't think to because invisible wall. So I remember hating that when I found out about it. I was like, you're fucking kidding me. So that's one of those things where something's so stupid that it's etched into your brain because you remember how stupid it is. I know I've mentioned that before in something. I don't remember what I compared it to. But there's definitely examples of things in games that are like that. You can never forget how to solve it because you're like, wow, that's the stupidest thing ever. Up or down? Alright, now I don't really particularly care about these monster mouth things, honestly. Because I feel like I just get confused a lot of the time. And it's easy for me to get confused. So like I'm probably gonna end up shooting myself all over this fucking place and then still get confused and be like, alright, is this the right way or is that the right way? And it gets ridiculous later because there's one where there's like this, like, you know, Bramble Brash? There's one like that later. Excuse me. Nightcrawl? There you go. There's one like that later in the game for a heart squid, and I'm not really looking forward to that. I might just look that one up just to be like, hey, now we don't got a trial and error. I did it on my own before, but it is a case of I don't want to waste 30 minutes, because that was annoying. I don't think I can make that. Yeah, I didn't think so. But now we're on the floor. There. Alright, so we can't do that. And we can't make it over there. Or up there. So I guess the natural thing to do is to go down. But I know we need a key for that. Right? Pretty sure. Yeah. I just wanted to be... I mean, I knew it, but I also felt the need to show it for whatever reason. No! That was close. Almost fell down too far. How's it going, friend? I will save after I grab this heart. I don't want to be a burden. Alright, here's another thing. Because this guy looks just straight like out of like a fucking RPG Secret of Mana or some shit. That's a bad place to be. One thing that irritates the shit out of me is when people call games like Zelda an RPG. And that annoys me because people are like, yeah, but it's a role-playing game. You play the role as Link. I'm like, okay, but by that definition, every game that's ever existed is an RPG. Mario is not an RPG. Red Dead Redemption is not an RPG. Call of Duty is not. James Bond is not. Like, they have a genre category for a reason, and it's because not everything is a fucking RPG. Well, it's got RPG mechanics. I'm like, that's fucking great, but that doesn't mean shit. I'm like, guess what? This game's got a shooter mechanic. Check it out. It's a shooter. No, it's not. That's just one of those things that, like, it annoys me because they want to think of everything stupid and then call it fact, and then they go around fucking preaching their ignorance, and I hate that shit. But anyway, Risky's hat makes the game easier. They give you a lot of things in this game where you think to yourself, you're like, damn, this is gonna be broken, or like this is gonna make the game so much easier, and it really does. Like, it's insane how powered up you can feel and how much more you can do, but still they find ways to like spice it up and be like, okay, even though you have these abilities which make you fucking incredibly awesome and the best at everything, you are still gonna have to, you know, put forth a little bit of effort into clearing this obstacle, especially at the end of the game. Good God, that's another thing I'm not entirely excited for. The end of the game has some more of that I want to be the guy shit, and I'm not excited for it.